Are we alone? That's the question to ask. Einstein famously said, "God doesn't play dice with the universe." And if that's true, the virtue of life that we see on the Earth can't be the only life present in the universe. But are there any signs of life on other planets? The world has been trying hard to find the answer to this question for decades. Finally, NASA might have some answers. There are some planets within our solar system which NASA believes could be holding on to critical information about the existence of life as we know it in the past or may in the future. Can we make a planet habitable? But before we attempt to find traces of life, we need to figure out where to find it. Given the vastness of our solar system, there are more planets than stars in our galaxy. Beyond Neptune, a newer class of smaller worlds called dwarf planets reign, including longtime favorite Pluto. Thousands more planets have been discovered beyond our solar system. Scientists call them exoplanets. Exo means from outside. The ultimate goal of NASA's exoplanet program is to find unmistakable signs of current life on a planet beyond Earth. But what are we looking for? The flavor of life is supported by possible chemical combinations that could signal the presence of alien life. Researchers focus on the 6 main elements associated with life on Earth: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, and hydrogen. More than 4,900 exoplanets, or planets around other stars, have been confirmed to exist in our galaxy, but likely number in the trillions. One of the best tools scientists have to begin narrowing the search for habitable worlds is a concept known as the habitable zone. It's the orbital distance from a star where temperatures would potentially allow liquid water to form on a planet's surface. Many other conditions also would be required. A planet of suitable size with a suitable atmosphere and a stable star not prone to erupting and sterilizing flares. The habitable zone is really just a way to make the first cut and zero in on the planets with the best chance of possessing habitable conditions. In this video, we bring to you 7 such habitable planets in our solar system, which might be holding on to the secrets of life. Even NASA believes upon the possible existence of life on these entities, so let's check them out. Number 1. Kepler 186f. One of the most likely candidates for life as we know it is the Kepler 186f. In fact, this is a planet that if we could get there, we might be able to colonize with relative ease. Sadly, the world is 490 light years away, so it would take us hundreds of thousands of years to reach, even using very liberal and generous estimates. The planet was discovered back in April of 2014, and this falls well into the category of potentially Earth-like planets, as it is within the habitable zone of its star. It's terrestrial and is just 10% larger than Earth. Number 2. Kepler 283c. Kepler 283c was discovered along with a host of other worlds as part of an enormous data dump from the Kepler Space Telescope. This data contained a staggering 700 newly confirmed exoplanets. Keep in mind, just 20 years ago, we didn't know of any planets other than the ones in our solar system, so 700 in one go is quite staggering. However, this world is on the border of being able to support Earth-like life. It is about twice the size of Earth and orbits much closer to its home star, which is over 1,700 light-years from Earth. But again, due to the decreased size in the star, it is still well within the bounds of Kepler 283's habitable zone. Number 3 and 4. Gliese 667cf and 667ce. In terms of habitability, both Gliese 667cf and Gliese 667ce would be the first contenders. They have 3 suns. Because this is a triple star system, there are 2 of the strangest potentially habitable worlds that we've ever discovered. Like the other worlds discovered, both planets fall inside their star's habitable zone, and at just 22.1 light years away, it would still take some time to get there, but the travel would be a bit more manageable. Number 5 and 6. Kepler 62e and Kepler 62f. As their name suggests, these Kepler 62 planets are some other worlds that were discovered by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. These planets would give us a little more room to work with, as 62e is about 1.6 times more massive than Earth, and 62f is just about 1.4 times as massive. These worlds are quite out there, at least as far as our ability to travel goes. They wander through space about 1,200 light years from Earth in the constellation Lyra. And if you were born on 62e, you would be quite a bit older than you are now. It completes one lap around its parent star, which is a red dwarf, every 122 days. 67F has an orbit of some 267 Earth days. Researchers think that both 62E and 62F are water worlds, which are warm places mostly or completely covered by liquid water. So they would be absolutely awesome to visit, but living there long term might be a bit difficult. Number 7. Gliese 581d. Gliese 581d is another one of our galactic neighbors in the grand scheme of things. It is basically just around the corner. This world is just 20 light-years away, the closest planet covered on this list. However, despite its close proximity and its location in its star habitable zone, alas, the planet might have a thick carbon dioxide atmosphere. This would make it rather inhospitable as we need to breathe oxygen. However, scientists also believe it could be rocky with liquid water. So although it might not be too grand for us, scientists think that it could harbor some stunning rainforests. The life as we know it today. Once seen as the center of the universe, Earth has suffered a series of demotions over the past few hundred years. Now, in an age of fast-paced discovery, we've learned we're likely just one of trillions of planets in the Milky Way galaxy, and among the smaller ones at that. Yet Earth remains a standout, and so far one of a kind. Of the thousands of exoplanets, planets around other stars confirmed by our increasingly powerful telescopes, and despite extensive probing of the solar system, ours is still the only planet known to host life. In some ways, it's an embarrassment of riches. Earth's abundant, persistent, and pervasive life forms seem to fill almost every nook and cranny, from the boiling, caustic pools of Yellowstone National Park to the dry valleys of Antarctica. Life might well have gotten its start only a few 100 million years after Earth formed from a swirling disk of gas and dust, an eye blink in geologic time. But Earth hasn't always looked like the blue orb that we know so well. The variety of contending creatures that have come and gone over billions of years, in a sense, paints a picture of the many planets Earth has been. A lava-covered rock with a poisonous atmosphere, an ocean world with the bare beginnings of microbial life, a steaming tropical riot of earth-shaking dinosaurs, or an ice age expanse where cave-dwelling humans hunted mammoths. How will we find life? Life might turn up in our own neighborhood, beneath the Martian surface perhaps, or in the dark subsurface oceans of Jupiter's moon Europa. Or maybe the dream of the ages will come true and we'll drop in the communications of extraterrestrial civilizations. We might even capture evidence of techno-signatures or traces of technology. Barring these strokes of luck, however, the job will be much harder. Light will be the key. Light from the atmospheres of exoplanets, split up into a rainbow spectrum that we can read like a barcode. This method, called transit spectroscopy, would provide a menu of gases and chemicals in the skies of these worlds, including those linked to life. How do we understand the significance of new scientific results related to the search for life? When would we be able to say, yes, extraterrestrial life has been found? NASA scientists are encouraging the scientific community to establish a new framework that provides context for findings related to the search for life. Writing in the journal Nature, they propose creating a scale for evaluating and combining different lines of evidence that would ultimately lead to answering the ultimate question: are we alone in the universe? To answer that question, we need to look towards science. After all, science is nothing but a process of asking questions, coming up with hypotheses, developing new methods to look for clues, and ruling out all alternative explanations. Any individual detection may not be completely explained by a biological process and must be confirmed through follow-up measurements and independent investigations. Sometimes there are problems with the instruments themselves. Other times, experiments don't turn up anything at all, but still deliver valuable information about what doesn't work or where not to look. Astrobiology is no different. The field pursues some of the most profound questions that anyone could ask regarding our origins and place in the universe. As scientists learn more and more about what kinds of signals are associated with life in diverse environments on Earth, they can create and improve upon technologies needed to find similar signs elsewhere. Whether life exists beyond Earth is one of the most profound questions of all time. The answer will change us forever, whether it reveals a universe rich with life, one in which life is rare and fragile, or even a universe in which we can find no other life at all. The hunt for an answer also is revealing important details about our own place in the universe, where we came from, how life came about, and perhaps where we're headed. The years and decades ahead will bring us ever closer to the ultimate in self-reflection, a mirror image of our own planet Earth, a small rocky world with clouds, oceans, and an atmosphere bearing signs of possible life. These might be a combination of gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and methane, that seen by themselves don't tell us very much, but together speak volumes. Such a world might be hundreds of light years away, perhaps forever out of reach, but the molecular evidence was read in its atmosphere using ever more acute technology could one day give us the answer we've awaited since the dawn of humanity. No, we are not alone. If you like the information provided in this video, press the like button and also tap share to share this fascinating information with your fellow space enthusiasts. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more such awesome videos.